All right, y'all. It's True Fitness 2020. My name is Lance Dillon. I am about to go get to the gym, but I wanted to make this recording as a follow-up to the program start on the food. And just to recap on the food, basically when you're looking at food, you're looking at the building blocks of the potentials of what it is to become. Okay, so if, for example, if you want to be strong and powerful, consume a lot of bison or so. Yeah, because bison's a lot more powerful than the cow, for instance. So your body will have the potential to be a beefier, stockier build with a more in tune herd mind. You see, you'll be able to tap into certain things because the brain is a receiver, and when you give the brain those types of building blocks, boom, you enhance your receiving abilities. Okay. And then just on the far end of that, what my diet is, where I'm ingesting basically plant life, that's basically secondhand sunlight. Okay, you got the plants, they break down the stuff, the sunlight, and basically sunlight is energy, i.e. information. So when we receive different things inside of our body, it gives us the information to rebuild. So how do you rebuild? First and foremost, it creates a subtle thing, basically what we call mentality. Okay, so whatever hormones that you start to produce from the ingestion of certain things and how you respond to stress and the hormonal effect will give you a baseline of a mentality. Okay, so when you have a mentality and you have a baseline, now you're looking at the building blocks. Okay, so what does that mentality look like? The production of the hormonal effect produces the mentality to do something. Now, the choice to go out and do something with those building blocks is a reflection of what you will see in the mirror. You see, but it all starts from deep within. All right. So the next step on the board is basically writing things down to play an active role in creating your life. Because if you're on this planet, basically, you are responsible for yourself. So what I personally do to help achieve what I want in life is, and I've found great success in this, and I've been using this for years now, maybe back to 2010, when I really had to start getting control over some things. And not really that I just wanted total control, but I started to realize that you ask and you will receive. So it might not look exactly the way you want it to, but the more detail that you can get and that you play an active role in describing, the more things start to come out exactly how you envision it. Okay, so if you're an artist, you're really in a great place. So what I did is this. I went out and got me a dry erase board, and I used it as a vision board where I set 4 goals. A personal internal body goal, an education goal, then I went to a career goal. What am I going to do with this education? And then what am I going to do with the finances or the currency created from the career goals? So basically what I'm doing is I'm establishing a foreground on myself and then, or in myself, and then every level up, how I ingest and what I do with what I ingest. 4 different goals. And when you accomplish one thing, like for example, the goal that I'm on right now, that I'm in process of completing, is to grow more muscle and grow more in stature. Okay, and when I'm finished with that, the next one to be implemented is a 33-day cleanse, where I go through and cleanse out my organs. Yeah, and then immediately after that is to pursue a raw vegan lifestyle for the spring. Okay, so that's what I'm basically saying is, you set you micro goals and you set macro goals. Okay, and when you're looking at the body, you're looking at Everything that you do every day, every decision you make is important. Every word you speak is important. Every conversation you have is important. What you entertain is important on a daily basis. That's what we mean by no days off. Everything is important. It's like an obsession you have. It's not that we don't have fun. We're not just some square-toe shoes running around. You understand what I'm saying? But if you want something, everything is important. Like, if you have a child and you want the best for your child, you want the best for your child. So everything is important when it comes to their life. So you make a point to go out so you can provide for your child, right? So when you're looking at yourself, everything is important. So let's do it, right? So here's the deal. I got my 4 goals on the dry erase board. The next thing was I went out and had got me a calendar for every month. And I've been doing this for years. Every month. On that calendar, what's on that calendar? It started out initially because I had problems with actually sticking to a workout program. But initially what it was I set my work schedule, put it on there, put all my clients on there, and then I put when I was going to work out. That was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, what I have going on with the calendar, now that I've overcome the will to not work out or work out, now that I'm on it, I'm able to start looking deeper at myself and looking at the cycles. So I chart the sun, I chart the moon, and I chart myself by looking at when it is that I go on that calendar and when I reflect and write reflections on that calendar. And these are things like when I may been out putting in applications, or when I passed a test, or when I reached a certain weight goal, or when I had a personal experience with a woman, or just different experiences that shape your life. So when you go back and you look at the calendar and you look at it and say, wow, that happened? Oh, man, I forgot that happened. And you actually remind yourself of where you want to go. You see? So here's the deal. You get the vision board, you get the calendar, and you execute. Now, how do you execute? According to the body goals, here's what I'm doing, right? So I'm building the body. And I know that I want to look a certain way on the outside, but the illusion is to look at the outside. You want to look as deep as possible. Okay? So this is how deep I'm going. Because I'm enrolled in this anatomy and physiology class. It just so happened I'm studying the bones at this point. And all the different points on the bones. Going in on different parts of the body, whatever the case may be. But just learning the body. And I know a lot of this stuff, but I'm learning even more because every time you go over something that you've learned before, you already know that you may miss certain things. And when you go back, you get to fill in those gaps. But this is the importance of it. When I'm dealing with building my personal body, we're going inside the bones. We want to get as deep as possible and understand what's going on. You see? And I'm not just going to get this just because I paid for that. And that is what's coming from what you pay for. We want to go to the bookstore. Bone marrow and they're gone. Visualization. And getting some understanding from another source. Because one source isn't going to give you it all. You hear me? So when you're looking at it, boom, we're dealing with building up the body, right? So I'm looking at how the bone grows from another perspective, and it's linked to energy, and where energy can seep out of your body and hinder the progress of growth, and how when you become aware of these things, you can actually feel them. and breathe through them and suture these holes and have them work to your benefit as opposed to the deterioration of your body. But I mean, we're going in on the marrow. We're basically going in on where the cells are created that build the muscle, because we got the skin, and everything comes from deep out instead of from the superficial levels in. We want to reverse engineer our thought and start moving from the inside out. That's why I dealt with the food first as what we're putting in our body, so what we can produce on the outside, and we can look in the mirror and say, I'm happy with this product. Because as long as we ingest things, we throw the hormones in a direction. So what we entertain, whether it be positive, negative, or neutral, what we entertain is going to produce the hormonal effect. You see? Just 1 second. The hormonal effect. When we're dealing with the hormonal effect, what you see in the mirror is going to be a result of the hormonal effect. You see? Because you can eat good all day, but if you have a stressor coming in and throws off your hormones, it's still not healthy. The hormonal effect. It's important, y'all. And it's all linked to breath. Which brings me to my man Big One. Because if you don't think that Lance Dillon gets down and does this stuff, if you don't think that I don't get down and do this, you're sadly mistaken. Because I have an end goal that's at the top of that pyramid. You see what I'm saying? And everything that I'm doing, that I'm posting, I know that somebody out there may think that I'm doing this for them. No, I'm doing this for the advancement of humanity. So that would include you, but don't take it personal. You understand? Because I don't take it personal. Because there was never a day in my life that I'd sit there and think that I'm going to be reading books. But this is one of the gifts that I've been blessed with, and this is how I'm pursuing it. So, and then just another thing, hormonal effect. If you got an instrument, middle C. Tuba players, first vowel. Shoot them up. Middle C. Strengthens the will. It sets the frequency in the body to resonate on the frequency of the heart. Okay? That strengthens the will, the heart. Okay? Middle C balances you out. It doesn't take you on a positive, it doesn't take you on a negative. But that's like a pH scale. You want to be right around that 7-point pH. Well, middle C is going to balance out the heart. And it sets up a vibration in the body to balance you out. So what I'm currently involved with on a daily basis is hitting that middle C. And this amongst other things that I'm doing with the tuba. But I'm hitting that middle C to set up that vibration. So whenever I walk out of this house, on a vibrator, I'm on one. There's no days off. But and you know that means a lot. You can understand what I'm saying. So here's the deal, y'all. This video talked about a lot in a short span of time. It's under 15 minutes. Review. Get you a vision board. Just start out with 4 goals, yo. Get you a calendar. Track yourself every day. And that'll turn into every week. And that'll turn into every month. And that'll give you something so you can say, all right, I'm working toward my goals. I'm not working toward my goals. I gave you my own personal life examples of how I'm doing it. And we're about to start moving into the workout phase. So everyone be blessed. And I love you. True Fitness 2020.